Hey, J-Rod here with the Bearded Buck, and we're super excited to be a part of Deer Week once again and bring you our favorite venison recipe here at the Bearded Buck. It happens to be the simplest venison recipe we do also, with only 5 ingredients. We have Philadelphia cream cheese, strips of bacon, your favorite rub, obviously venison, our backstraps here, and jalapeno peppers. And all you need to make this recipe is a good sharp knife to cut your backstraps into 1/4-inch strips, a tenderizing hammer, and toothpicks to hold it all together. So it's very simple. We're just cutting our backstraps into about 1/4-inch slices. These are backstraps that we took here from the farm last year, and we had them frozen, so we laid them out this morning. I like to cut up a partially frozen backstrap. It cuts a little bit easier for us. And I start off, this is probably from a doe. It's a little bit smaller backstrap, so we want to do a diagonal cut on this backstrap so we get a little bit bigger strip once we finally tenderize it and strip it out. Just move that piece aside. We'll use it after. And again, we're just cutting into 1/4-inch strips. Laying that one aside, right down through your backstrap. So now that we have our strips cut into 1/4-inch pieces, we'll just lay them out on the cutting board here. The next step, we're going to be using our tenderizing hammer, and we're going to thin them out and tenderize them at the same time, elongating them so they make a little bit longer of a strap. Don't have to go crazy here. You're just trying to stretch that out and tenderize it. I usually do both sides. Lay that one aside. Okay, now that we have all the strips basically laid out and tenderized and elongate a little bit, use your favorite rub. In this situation, we're using Traeger's own jerky rub. And just lightly sprinkle on both sides of the straps, lightly or heavy or however it comes out. A little more, a little less, depending on your taste. All right, we have the rub on both sides of our backstrap pieces. We're just gonna collect them, sit them aside in a bowl while we cut up the peppers. If you're using a jalapeno pepper, we've already cut them in half. You can see this one, we've already removed the seeds out of it, take a little bit of heat out of it, depending on what you like. Very simple. Just open up the pepper, clean those seeds out of there. So we're gonna start out, we're just gonna cut them into thin strips. Some people probably wouldn't mince them up as thin as I do, but anybody that knows me knows I'm not a vegetable guy, but they do give a pretty good flavor to this. Okay, now that we have all the peppers diced up, we're gonna open our Philadelphia cream cheese, put it in a bowl, and then blend all the diced peppers in with it. Just mix it up. Okay, I went ahead and cut strips of bacon in half. And depending on the size of your strap wraps, a larger back strap, you can leave a whole piece of bacon. If they're smaller, you even cut them into thirds. Okay, once you have your bacon strips flattened out on a pan, you're just taking your pieces of back strap, centering them up on that bacon strip. God, this smells fantastic already. I'm going to do a few at a time in there so you don't get a big mess going, but once you have that laid in the center there, you can take your jalapeno pepper and Philadelphia cream cheese mix, just use a spoon and your fingers and start to spread that across them there a little bit, depending on your taste, a little more, a little less. Now that we have our jalapeno pepper and our Philadelphia cream cheese mix spread across the venison, it's time to roll up the bacon strips just like a sushi roll. You're getting that bacon on the inside, not just the outside. Okay, the last step is we just take a toothpick. We've had these toothpicks soaking in water for a while since we're going to be throwing them on the grill. So one toothpick will usually hold this all together depending on the size of your strap wrap, but it's going to work perfect for these ones. Okay, we obviously have a lot more to prep here, but we're going to go ahead and take these out, put them on the Traeger. We have the Traeger set at 400 degrees. They're going to cook for about 20 minutes or until the bacon is done. Again, that depends on how thick the bacon is or how thick the actual backstrap is. Let's take these out and get them on the grill. So we have the Traeger preheated to 400 degrees already. It doesn't get much simpler than this. We're just gonna place them on the grill and head back in the house to finish wrapping the rest of them up. Give them about 20 minutes and they should be ready to enjoy at that point. Well, it's been a little over 20 minutes at 400 degrees. I think this first batch is probably done. They sure look like it. Bacon's done, they're done. Again, thin bacon, thin meat, cook a little quicker. Well, the first batch is done and they look fantastic. I hope you enjoy cooking and eating the Bearded Buck backstrap wraps as much as we do, and best of luck to you this fall. I have a big group coming tonight and a lot more backstrap wraps to make, so I'm heading back in to get to work. Oh my God, those are so good.